Queen of Hearts, Lady Elton IPS. Yes, thank you for joining us. I have my beautiful cousin with me. I'm going to let her introduce herself and then we'll get into the segment.
Well, hello, everybody. You've had podcast viewers. My name is Lashana, and I am Viola, aka I love everything love Lipscomb. I am her first cousin, and I am here today to interview her about love, her favorite topic.
I was talking about love, and I was like, all right, sentimentally speaking, all things love, life, death, sex, and relationships. And I was like, cuz, what's the topic that I can talk hours on end about that you would have a in-depth discussion with me on? And she's like, well, cuz love. You are all things love. You love love. So what makes you say that about me, cuz? And then you could jump into what you want to talk to me about.
Well, the facts about Viola in love is that number one, Valentine's Day is her favorite holiday. She loves Valentine's Day more than she loves Christmas. I know she kept, I think was it a red Christmas tree you had up in your house all year long?
Was my love tree. And I bought it specifically for that. And I would put like red lips, red hearts, red roses. Oh, yes. And it was my all year Christmas tree because we love all year. We don't just love on Valentine's Day.
Right.
Hmm.
And then her favorite color, as you can see by her setting in her background, is red. So she loves everything red. And then we know that her symbol for love is the lip symbol, i.e., I have my lip symbol on and she has her lip symbol on. So that's how we know that Viola loves everything love.
You. I know you got some questions for me and I want you to dive in because do you think? All right, I'm gonna see what you say. I ain't gonna say what I ain't gonna go ahead. Go ahead, cuz what you got
Well,
for
I
me?
know you like a good game, so we're gonna break the ice a little bit with a would you rather question game. So my
Yes.
first question is this. Would you rather go on a romantic weekend getaway or have a cozy night in?
Oh my God. Can we have a cozy night in on a romantic getaway?
Okay, so you would rather combine the two, so that's that's doable.
Good getaway. I love a good getaway, but I'm also cool with just being in. I don't necessarily have to be out and about.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's fair. I like how you combine those two. Now, the next question. Would you rather write a love letter or receive one?
think I think receive one because I feel like when I speak, especially this is time romantically.
Huh? Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Romantically.
It just says, would you rather write a love letter or receive one?
I'd
So
rather
it could be a
receive one.
romantic love letter. It could be a just a thoughtful one. I'm thinking about you. It's based on you.
Receive one. I like to be poured into. I think I do a lot of pouring out love. I can do that in my sleep. I can write a love letter any day, every day. And I think for me, it'll be more special to receive one.
I agree. I know it's not, this isn't my interview, but I figured you were going to say that you would want to receive one just because of the thoughtfulness that goes into somebody thinking of you, taking the time to be intentional to write their thoughts, their reflections about you, and put it in letter form. So the next question, would you rather have a surprise date planned or would you like to plan one?
Oh, that's a really good question. And it ties into the segment that I recorded prior to this about having control. I think for me, I'm just at the point of my life where I'm ready to relinquish. I'm ready for somebody to say, this is what we're doing. Be ready at 7. Don't ask too many questions. You're going to have a good. And yeah, plan it out. Like, I don't want to be involved in the details. Know me enough to know that this is
Yes.
what my lady would like. and this is what I'm gonna give to her.
Yes, I love that. Now, would you rather go a year without physical affection or a year without deep communication?
Okay, fear. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So I gotta say this. I'm hoping that we've been together long enough where we understand one another. We don't have to have deep conversation because what's understood doesn't need to be said.
Oh,
So therefore, I'm gonna opt out of the deep conversation because there's already a level of understanding, and we're definitely having deep love for you.
that was a year. Okay, with the affection. Got it. Now, next question. Would you rather be told how to improve or be accepted as you are?
Oh, I'm all about elevation and growth. So if there's parts of me that I can improve upon, then tell me what that is because I don't mind improving because I feel like um if we love somebody and we care about what they think and we want that relationship to work out, whether it's friendships, kinships, or love relationships, and there's things that I can do differently, yeah.
And I think that would you rather question also just speaks to if we're in a partnership with somebody and there's mutual love, there should be growth, right? So yes, we want people to accept us as for who we are, but we also want someone, like you just said, to not just see beyond all of our faults and not challenge us to be better and not challenge us to grow.
Mhm, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have a few more, and then we can segue into the other questions. Would you rather have a relationship that offers constant security or one that promotes personal growth? So I guess that just went kind of hand in hand with that other question.
Um, Constant security. So I take it the constant security will come in the accepting you as you are, not asking you to change, knowing that you're solid with this person. Um, or what was the other part of that
It was
question?
saying, would you rather have a relationship that offers constant security or one that promotes personal growth?
So I think the personal growth goes hand in hand with the former one. Tell me how I can improve myself so that I can grow. But that security emotionally, financially, mentally, yeah, that's an interesting question.
Hmm.
Yes. My
Okay.
answer is yes.
All right. Would you rather fall deeply for someone unavailable or have someone you don't love fall deeply for you?
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good one, ain't it?
Feel like feel like that's probably been my life at some point or another.
Okay, let's pause, elaborate.
Right. One more time.
On which end of that question? Has it been your life for the most part that you've fallen deeply for someone unavailable, or have they fallen deeply for you and you didn't really so much love them? Because it says, or have someone you don't love fall deeply for you.
I've been in a position where people have liked me and I was like, I'm not even there. Like, whoa, thank you. But Viola is not there. And then I've also known that I tend to attract. I noticed this about myself. I tend to go for those who present as emotionally unavailable, right? They're just
Mm.
is indifferent to love, is over love, don't really care about love, not excited about love, like, and it's just like they could take it or they could leave it, and I'm like, yes, I like you. I don't know what that is. They're usually aloof. They're usually introverted. I'm an extrovert if we've ever seen an
Right.
extrovert, but I find myself drawn to those type of men.
That
And
are
now in my life,
emotionally
I'm ready
unavailable.
to, huh?
That you said that are emotionally unavailable.
Presents as such.
That's
Yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah, that presents as such. And now I think they say the best relationship is when the man loves the woman more than she loves him. I'm ready for that. I want to see what that feels like. Because I can guarantee you, if he pours into me and he loves on me and I can receive it, I'm going to eventually fall in love with him.
And let's pause with that statement right there, because I just think love, we've equated love with so much of like feelings and emotions, right? And when somebody loves you more than you love them, and what you just said, if they're pouring into you, if they're being consistent, if they're showing up, if they have character and integrity and honesty, I do agree with you. I think that maybe initially that initial attraction may not be there, and what initially draws a man to a woman. But I would say it would be very hard to not fall for somebody if they're consistently showing up and pouring into you. Your heart, that's going to impact what's in here the most. And it's going to turn you to be like, you know what? I really love this person.
Yeah.
So that's just very insightful, and I think sometimes we might really miss out on having that deep love connection that our souls and our hearts desires, because we stay at that surface affection feelings, that affection feeling, surface feeling of love a lot, and don't just go deeper than that. So
Well, before you move on, I got a question then. So the other part of that was the emotionally available person, right?
it was
Do you
for
think
it, would you rather fall deeply for someone unavailable, that we fall deeply for them?
but let's say I fell for someone who was emotionally unavailable. Could I gain their love and affection in the same way that the person who loved me and I wasn't initially in love with has? Like, can that reverse be true?
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I think anything is possible, but I think the person that is pouring, so if you're there and you're falling deeply, and it's going to take a lot of patience. And I guess it depends on how patient that person is willing to be, and if they really feel like this person that they've fallen deeply in love with, are they worth the wait? Are they worth enduring? Because if they're emotionally unavailable, then you're not going to be getting poured into and filled. So how patient are you to wait on that to happen?
I guess as long as I'm expecting the person who's deeply in love with me and I'm not emotionally invested in them to wait. I mean, I
Right.
don't know. I do think there should be a time frame on things. I
Me
had
too.
actually cousin Charles sent me something like, you sitting there thinking she being patient with you whole time. You got an expiration date and a deadline.
But it's
I'm like that.
true.
I'm like, okay. But I think if I could be a consistent for at least 6 months to a year, showing somebody that I'm with them, I love them for them, I want to accept them for them. This is how I can show up for you. Teach
Right.
me how to love you in the way that you receive it and not the way that I want you to receive it. And I do that for at least 6 months to a year. And after that, let's say 1 year period, that's still not enough. Then no, I'm gonna let you go on.
And I like that. And I think for the individuals on both ends of this question, right? I think that both individuals definitely would have to have a time frame in mind, because it could become unhealthy emotionally and mentally for a person to keep pouring, to keep giving, to keep showing up. and then that reciprocity is not being coming back to them in some form or a way. So I definitely think, yes, stick in there, but stick in there knowing that, like you just said, be it 6 months, a year. I definitely wouldn't go longer than 2 years. I think 2 years would be my stretch, and then that would be it if I didn't see something changing.
Plain love addict. Like I do think I'm a love addict. I am addicted to love. I love that feeling. But I am not a love junkie. Okay. I am not a love fiend. You ain't gonna have me out here in these streets looking crazy, doing everything and anything for that high. I know when to get my ass back inside. But I love that love. You know what I'm saying? Where my dealer at?
Wait. What's the difference between a love addict and then a love? So a love junkie, they just do anything at all costs, any means necessary to get
Out there
that
scratching,
feeling of love. Yeah.
waiting for a fix, and that person is treating you like they ain't think, get the F out of here,
Yeah,
beating your ass like you
mm-mm.
know, you just like, but he loved me, I love him. Like, no, I don't love that hard.
No,
No.
because I think in this with love, it also the love that we give, the love that we're able to receive is a reflection. I feel like it always is going to come back to some form of a reflection of our own self-love and our own worth, right? So
Mhm.
our self-love, our self-worth should be setting some clear boundaries as to, yes, I love all things love, but I have boundaries. I have my non-negotiables. I have what I will accept and tolerate, and I have what I will not accept and tolerate. So,
Exactly, huh?
okay, our last would you rather question. This has been good. Would you rather be remembered by your partner for your love or your life accomplishments?
Um, for my love, for my love, because again, that's something that can stick with a person. You know what I'm saying? Like we associate love with a feeling. And what the late great Maya Angelou said, people won't remember your name, they won't remember what you did for them, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that degree may not mean anything, but me talking you out of a depression may have. You know what I'm saying? That house that we had built may not mean anything, but me showing up for you and clapping for you and celebrating you, me, you know. So
Yes.
remember me for my love.
Yeah, I had to close my eyes on that one. And when I was reflecting on this question, because it made me pause and think for a minute, I said, would you rather be remembered by your partner for your love or your life's accomplishments? And the first thing I thought of when it said your life's accomplishments, I was just thinking if someone chooses that, to me, life's accomplishments speaks to a little bit of selfishness because we accomplish things in our individual state. Yes, we may have support. Yes, we may have a cheerleader, but ultimately it's us ourselves that have to get it done, that have to meet those goals, that have to achieve those accomplishments. So when I looked at it, it just made me think about life's accomplishments little bit more of on a self-serving side of that, whereas like you said, love, a big thing. Somebody knows that you love them when you show up for them, even when you may not even feel like showing up. You may be tired, you may have other things going on in your life, but you will sacrifice and you will say this person is worth it, so I'm going to show up for them. I'm going to be there. Is it a death in your family? Your child is sick. A tragedy doesn't happen, and that person is consistently there. So that trumps, like you said, accomplishments and those tangible things.
And your partner may not have been with you during the time you achieved those accomplishments, so they can't even share in that excitement
That's a good
with
point.
you. You
Right.
know, so yeah, the love for sure, cuz.
Yes. Okay. All right. So those were just our warm-up questions, which you did an awesome job answering those. Um, and now I want,
Great to me.
huh?
I'm thinking they tell you're a teacher. You talking about you did an awesome job on the.
Yes, I am a teacher. If you guys didn't know, it's in my blood. So there you have it. I just
The
didn't bring
truth.
no heart stickers with me. I could have did some virtual ones. Okay. So we've
A
been
heart
talking
reaction
about,
here. Let's
huh?
see if we get a heart coming up.
Oh,
There
there we
we
go.
go.
There we go. Yeah, give yourself another one. All right. So now on to the question. And my first question I wanted to ask you is because I know you are a romantic at heart. I know you like thoughtful gestures. And I know it's big to you just from us growing together as cousins and maturing and learning about you. I know you like people that are thoughtful, right? So, my first question is what is your definition of romance?
Romance to me is a language. It's a sometimes it's a way you speak to your partner without not always using words. I think it's a it's an action, right? Um, because if we just laying in the bed and you like, I love you, ain't shit romantic about that. But if you like some candles and you put on a rom com and you cuddling me and the lights are dim or it's a rainstorm outside, that's romantic. That like so my definition of romance is expressing love to your partner that doesn't involve words and maybe just actions or gestures.
I like that. All right, so that leads me into the next one, the five love languages. So the five love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, receiving gifts, and physical touch. And I'm very certain I already know your love language, but I would like for you to share with us what your love language is.
Wonder if you do know, or if you what you. I would love to know your perspective on it from the outside looking in. So I've done this quiz several times, and I've done it time in between to see if I've changed, if my love language has changed, and it still holds true that acts of service is my number one result. Closely followed by quality time and physical touch. Like they're so I score so closely in those that those are both it. Acts of service is
Really?
my love language. Yep, I didn't think. Well,
I'm a little disappointed. That okay, well, I guess I don't know you as good as I do. Well, I know she be loving to shake her boobs like this and I don't know, I just thought that physical touch would have been your number one because just how you talk about love, I know you love black love and you love a good story about love. So I don't know. I just thought physical touch would have been you're number one, but that's good to know. You said it was acts of service and
the service I scored the highest. So let's say when I got
okay.
my score, if you haven't taken the quiz, you should. It's pretty interesting. So when they ask you these questions like, would you rather have this or this? At the end of that assessment, acts of service came up. And then it was like, let's say that was like 45%. My physical touch and quality time was like 33 and 32% or something like that. Like they scored that closely together.
Okay. Okay. And I could see that because again, that acts of service speaks to you're doing something, right? You're not always saying something, but it's what you do. And I think when we talk about love so much, people like to throw that around. I love, like you said, I love you. But then where's the actions to support the words? How do you show that to somebody? So, okay. All right. So,
I want to
how
add
do
about
you?
that,
Mhm.
about love language too, is like, yeah, we could be cuddling, but if my mind is thinking about the dishes that's in the sink or the clothes that need to be folded or my car ain't been washed in 2 weeks, like that's going to rim my mind. But if you show up and be like, oh babe, I just took your car to get clean detailed and I filled it up and I'm But yeah.
Right. Yeah, because it just shows, but it shows love, but it just really just shows that care, that I care for you. I care for you enough. I know you like a clean car, so I want to clean your car. I know my wife or my significant other, she don't like all these dishes in the sink. It's just I just think that intention of knowing your partner and being intentional to do things that that are going to make them feel great and well and appreciated. So it goes, and that takes it beyond, again, what I was saying earlier about just that fleshly. I gotta have, just when people first start dating and the fireworks are going and we all goo goo gaga over another. That only lasts for, I mean, how long before the real day-to-day stuff starts to set in? And that's what really matters the most, I feel, when it comes to the matters of the heart, are just showing up and really getting to know people. Like, I know this pisses this person off, but I also know that they appreciate it when I do this. So let me be intentional about doing more of what I know they appreciate. Yeah. Okay. So do you believe in love at first sight or soulmates?
Mm. You know what? I talked about this before with someone. Um, Love at first. I believe in lust at first sight, right? Because if we're taking love and all of its elements, I love your hair, I love your shirt, I love your personality, love your vibe and your energy. But do I love you? Do I
Mm.
love who you are when you wake up in the morning after a rough night? Do I love who you are when you return home from work at the end of a long day? So is love at first sight, or is it more like lust and attraction at first sight? So
Okay. Mhm.
I do believe in soulmates.
Okay. So stay right there because I wanted to see what your thoughts were on this then. And it said it's good because you brought up lust. So how do you know if it's lust or love? Because I believe a lot of people, they confuse the two. They think somebody really might be into them and love them, but all the while it was just lust. They were lusting after them. So how do you distinguish between when it's lust and love?
So there's three things going on, right? I think there's lust, love, and then I learned limerence. Limerence is more that deep infatuation. Limerence is, oh my God, I met this person. They make me feel so good right now. I'm so attracted to them. You're mine, 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 mine. Like in lust, I associate with physical, like a physical response. Like, oh, I just want to kiss him. Oh, I just want to rumble in the sheets with that individual. Like, that's lustful when it's more of like a physical desire. Limerence is more psychological. You can't get that person off your mind. You're constantly ruminating. You're creating scenarios in your head. Like they are just the object of your affection today. Somebody else come around and might be like, oh no, I don't like them. I like them now. But
Okay.
love is going to stay there. Love is going to remain. Even if I don't like you, I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to show up for you. I'm still going to have your back. I'm still going to protect you. I'm still going to answer that phone. Like, um, yeah, so the difference between love and lust, I think lust is physical, love is emotional, limerence is psychological.
And say that again.
Limerence.
Limerence. Okay, I learned
Limerence.
something new today. Limerence.
Hmm.
And I was just thinking about that because as I was preparing for this interview, it just had came into my mind because I remember one of my former pastors. I just remember him saying, and I never heard a person say it, and they were like, lust. It was very simple, but it resonated with me. And he said, lust gets, love gives. And and when I really have just reflected on my own relationships and some that haven't gone well, and I said, oh, wow, especially when you have walked through a situation with somebody that's a taker. A person that seeks to take, that's lust. Because they're seeing what they can get, right? Where love gives, and we're talking about being intentional, being thoughtful, watching a person, learning a person, so you can figure out what is it that you can give to them, what is it that you can do to make them better, to help them to grow. So yeah, I just have wanted to see what your thoughts were on that. Okay. I have two more questions. So, what makes you feel most secure and loved in your relationships?
Person got me. Like, it just gets me and understand me. But when they got me, when I don't have to ask too many times, if I don't have to ask at all, if I do ask and it's done the first time, it's done correctly, like feeling that sense of stability. And not just financially, not just knowing that you're going to pay the bills, not just knowing that you're going to put food in this house, but knowing that even if I mess up, even if I screw up, you still got my back and you could correct me gently. You could correct me with kitten gloves and not boxing gloves and anger. Like, make me feel protected emotionally because I'm a person who has abandonment and neglect issues and I need constant reassurance. So if I know you got my back, that's going to give me a level of security that not even you paying the bills will do because I know I can do that on my own.
Mm.
Yeah.
I like what you talk about, just that stability, right? And when I think about stability and love, I automatically think about just transparency and honesty. Because when a person is transparent and they're open and they're honest about who they are, where they are, I just feel that that brings such a level of stability to the relationship. Because then you're not trying to second guess or trying to figure out, well, what is he up? What is this person up to now? What are their intentions about this? But they're an open book. And when somebody's life is an open book before you, that brings not only that security, but that stability that is so important in the matters of the heart. So, okay. Now, has your definition of love, romance, has it changed as you have matured and grown through relationships? Now, I didn't say go. As you have grown through certain relationships, has your definition of love and romance has it changed in any way?
I know we down to the last few minutes. I don't even know if I can answer this in 5 minutes. No, I'm gonna try. Has it grown? I think my understanding and patience with it has evolved, but I'm still standing on business of love. Like I still want love to show up in the way that I expect it to. I still want love to be patient. I want it to be action oriented. I want it to be kind. I want it to be fruitful and fulfilling. Like I still desire that. So how I I guess see how I receive love um has grown, but my expectations and definitions of it has not changed.
That's a good wrap up. Yes, your expectations. And I just think that's just being true to who we are, right? And what we expect. Because if we start lowering our expectations, are changing our expectations just because maybe certain relationships didn't go the way that we expected or had hoped it to, then we're kind of like shortchanging ourselves, right? Because we know within here what we really expect when it comes to love and it matters of the heart. So again, to me, it always makes me think about what are your negotiables and what are your non-negotiables when it comes to love.
Exactly. And
Do
sticking
you
to that
have
and not
do you have non-negotiables when it comes to love?
when it comes to love, show it. Show it. Speak to me in my love language, not yours. Because if your love language is gift giving and I could buy you gifts and you'd be like, oh, my baby loved me. and you show up with a purse for me, and I just wanted you to help me out around the house. I just wanted you to help me rake. Bag. I gotta say on the topic of love, though. But not. Oh, do you have words before we go?
Huh?
Do you have any final words before we go?
I think my only final word would be is that, don't give up on love, people. You may have been through a divorce, you may have been through a lot of pain, a lot of rejection. I would just say, number one, seek your own healing, work on your own self-love, but don't give up on it because it's there, it's out there. So, just persevere through the different trials and tribulations that relationships can bring. And remember, lust gets, love gives.
That is a perfect way to end this segment. Thank you so much, cuz I'm definitely gonna be looking for love in the daylight with a flashlight. So I ain't giving up on love. I will find it somewhere, shape, or form. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you for doing this piece with me. I think you are the perfect LOVE family member to do this, and I'm so grateful for your time. And to the audience, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, and y'all know y'all chose to be here with us, and we appreciate that. Take care, y'all.